Hey, what's good, y'all? And today we'll be going over the Nioh 2 beta demo. And of course, since there's no story on this, we're going to strictly focus on the gameplay. And this is a fair warning, this is a beta. So anything that I complain or talk about in this video probably will not happen during release. So of course, this game is a single player and multiplayer hack and slash action role-playing type game. And it was developed by Team Ninja and it was published by Koei Tepco or whatever the freak you call it. You will be guided on missions through enclosed environment, fighting both humans, enemies, and supernatural being called the yokai. Missions are self-contained, hold alternative routes you can navigate and select from the menu rather than reach by the navigating an open world. While navigating through the environments, you can find various collectibles, both in crates scattered throughout the environment and other places within the environments, such as fallen soldiers. Collectibles include a mantra in the game's experience points, gold, in-game currency, new armor, new weapons, and consumables such as bombs. The mantra is technically like souls in Dark Souls in this case, so I'm just gonna go with it. Weapons and armor can be found in the environment, can be taken by the blacksmith. In the blacksmith, you could sell and buy items. You can also break down those items and turn them into base materials. You could find shattered shrines throughout the level in active checkpoints, allowing the player to save your progress, replenishing health, and raise your experience points. While doing so, most of the enemies will respawn within that area. Most of the fighting is based on an hack and slash combat. You will be able to attack enemies and block their attacks in turn. You can also run, dodge, and sprint, but these combat mechanics will drain your key stamina bar. When your key depletes, you are left vulnerable to attack. If timed right, you will be able to replenish your lost key with an action called Key Pulse. The Key Pulse also grants status buffs. The speed in which you can move through levels depends on the weight of your equipped armor. The heavier it is, the faster your key will drain. And of course, just like Dark Souls, in any case, if you die, all the XP acquired up to that point is left where you fell, and you must travel back to retrieve it. But if you die again and therefore falling to its reach, the amount of XP drop is lost and the spirit animal is automatically recovered. You will be able to access multiple types of melee weapons. It includes single and dual swords, axes, pole arms, konokosumura, and all that type of jazz. You can also access ranged weapons such as bows, rifles, and hand cannons. The more each weapon is used, the stronger and more effective it becomes in combat. You can also change in between 3 to 4 stances in melee weapons, each stance having a different effect. For example, the high stance causes higher damage while lowering your defense. These stances also consume different amounts of ki depending on their attack strength. You can also summon guardian spirits, animal which combine your health and ki into a single meter with added stat boosts such as increasing attack power or defense. Each guardian spirit boosts different stats and can only be switched in the shrines. You can summon revenants, hostile ghosts based on other fallen players to battle and gain experience, money, and items. But in cooperative play, it can allow you for other players to be summoned to help you in your battles. And also, if you want, if you're really frustrated, you can actually literally fight the revenant off and earn these weird items called Hokihikoto cups, where you could literally summon like 2 of your friends or whoever can come and actually help you do those missions. As you progress and level up, most of your stats is based on constitution, heart, courage, stamina, strength, skills, dexterity, and magic. And those skills in particular is literally better depending on which weapon that you actually use. You can make offerings, literally exchanging your weapons and equipment and turn them into a matrita, or aka souls at this point. I told you all about the good things, now I'm about to just strictly tell you all the bad things that I hate in this game. And the main thing that I hate, that they turn stuff like a general mechanic or a specific essential mechanic that you need, and they turn them into like some type of weird ass, like, you know, gameplay type of mechanic. So instead of you literally going and quitting the mission as you usually do, you need to collect these things called the Divine Branch Fragment. And of course, using this item will consume all of your Amithra, aka souls, but it allows you to quit the mission and return to the starting point. They also did that in the last game, but again, I just feel that this like is a stupid mechanic. Why won't we just simply quit the game and then we lose all our XP? Why didn't you just do it that way, but instead you hide it in a usable item? Like, why? It makes no sense. The expedition thing is iffy with me as well, because of course expeditions is you can literally hop on with other people online, and the only way to activate the random encounter is you actually need to do an actual mission by yourself, literally in the mission. It just makes no sense to me. And doing the random encounters is technically the only way that you will be able to play with your friends. And I feel that the key assist gauge meter, it needs just a little bit more, because you need to understand that there's people that basically that don't know how to play the game at all, or they're just in jump playing Nioh 2, just like myself, and we're gonna just constantly die a lot. So how it works is when you play the expedition mode, the assist gauge will be displayed as a key gauge. This gauge will decrease every time a player dies, and if it's emptied completely, the mission will end as a failure. However, during a boss battle, as long as at least one player is still standing, the mission will not end, even if the gauge is depleted. Once the Dark Realm has been banished, the proportion of the assist gauge will be restored. The whole mechanic is alright, it's okay in my case, I have no issue with it. It's just a little minor setback, but I can get by it. But I just feel that the expedition mode just needs a little bit more tweaking. And last but not least, I feel that even though this game is supposed to be a challenge, I feel that most of the enemies that I fought were a little bit meaty, but it depends on how you feel. I feel that most of the enemies are a little bit meaty. If I feel that the health bar just needs to go down a little bit, but that's just me. So I guess I went through a little bit of most of the aspects on this game, so I'm gonna just hop on to my overview. So is this game look forward to? In my opinion, yes, because so many people have been telling me that this game is 10 times better than the first game, and sadly I agree with them. So I'm not gonna lie, I might keep my eye on it in this case, but surely, yes, it should be worth it. The whole gameplay is fantastic, the whole world and environment is beautiful. I feel that this game should be worth the money than it already is. So by far the only thing I know is the game should be out on PS4. People are saying that it might come on PC, but I'm not sure. But other than that, it should only be on PS4. The game initial release date is literally on 2020. We don't know exactly when. Some say it's in March, some say it's May, so I'm not gonna clarify the exact release date. So that was my review on this beta. So of course, if you like this beta review, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I do reviews, videos, PvP matches, streams, and more. And if you haven't yet, please don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page and my Twitch account, because I stream on those platforms as well. Everything should be in the description box below. Peace.